Hey, Shalom, Akim Shalom. First, and foremost, I'm going to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakwadash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Those in the gospel abroad, lifting up the standard of Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. This is just a quick in transit. Listening to the elder brother earlier, he was going into how they may have to bring back a draft because the United States military are losing people. Okay, people are not realistic in the military like once before because they're seeing the degradation of Babylon the Great, from the policies to the military to the weak nature of men, okay, to the women joining the military, to men becoming T-sexuals, and they're seeing the degradation of this place, man. And you know, the brother put out a little video asking mainly Edomites and a few Issacharites would they re-enlist, and they said fuck no. Okay, and you can't really blame them at the end of the day because through the spirit, America's getting ready to be destroyed, man. All right, so with that being said, I believe the selective service, I think it was like from 18 to 25. That was when I was in high school. It was 18 to 25 years old, and you had to enlist with the selective service in order to be registered to vote, because technically by being a U.S. citizen and you're able-bodied, if they need to call your ass for war, then that's what they're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? So draft, they gonna have to reinstate a draft because they don't have enough people to protect their country. Okay, because you got to look at what's happening in the news, like with Ukraine. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's Russia, or it was a country on March the 1st that was gonna re-enlist a draft. I can't remember if it's China or Russia, but one of those nations are said to re-enlist the draft because, we're in them times, man. Okay, and the Lord tells you that in the book of Joel, the 3rd chapter, that the valley of Jehoshaphat, the valley of decision, many and many in the valley of decision, that's the Lord's determination to destroy those heathens that came against the children of Israel, which is the so-called Negro, Hispanic, and Native American, man. So with that being said, man, you can expect to see some high-powered policies that's being passed, because the average American, man, especially the men, they're incapable of fighting this thing, okay, because they don't have the mental fortitude, or they're not built up through the spirit on the left-hand side at that to even want to fight the war, okay, because you got a bunch of trannies, you got a bunch of momos, a bunch of people that's really not gonna this is not gonna make a difference, but you Jakes out there that's all into this rap culture, you into this this Western way of living. A lot of you gonna get drafted, okay? Because for the simple fact, they gonna need you. You know how you running around, you sagging your pants, you watching all these these gangster movies and shit. Yeah, go ahead and let them put an AR-15 in your hand, and so you can go ahead and shoot at some gooks, shoot at some Russians, and you're gonna get your ass put down, man. Because I'm gonna tell you like this: if you fight in World War III, you're not gonna come back, because that's the war that's gonna usher in the second coming of who you call Christ, which his name is Yahweh Shai in Hebrew. All right, so keep that in mind, man. This is the war to end all wars, because when you go into the book of Joel, the 3rd chapter, it tells you that the Lord should touch down on a Mount of Zion, okay, and he's gonna declare war on the nations, because what we teach him, according to the scriptures, all these nations that's fighting against one another, they're gonna take a stance against a foreign invader, which is Yahweh Shai. Okay, it's gonna be somewhat like what they call an alien invasion. All right, because he's gonna come back with the UFOs, aka chariots, or what they call unidentified area phenomenon, which is IFOs. No, area something phenomenon. I just lost my train of thought, Slakia. But regardless of that, man, Esau had this report in the news last week. He's been shooting down balloons, he's been shooting down so-called UFOs, but for a damn reason he's not shooting down chariots, because for one thing, the chariots can't be shot down, okay? And you already admitted that the chariots and that the so-called aliens that you call, which are in fact the angels of the Lord, that's an advanced military force from a different galaxy, from a different realm. And you already admitted that they're thousands of light years ahead of you when it comes to technology, okay? So you can't say, oh, well, we shot down chariots because you didn't do it. That's a lie, man, okay? And give me 1 second, brothers. This is the book of Bayan Yasharallah. This is Joel 3:1. It says, for behold, in those days and at that time, it says, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather the nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, which is, okay, where they're going to fight the war of Armageddon, okay, which Armageddon in Hebrew is Harmageddon. But it says, Jehoshaphat, and I will plead with them there for my heritage, for my people Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and who have part of my land. Right, UAPs, the water, brother. The water, UAP, which is an unidentified area phenomenon. All right, but yep, so that's the whole point, man. You know, the Most High is getting ready to bring this third world war in the form of the East versus the West, the Russian bloc versus the, you know, the NATO and the EU, which America is going to totally be destroyed in that third world war, and that's going to usher in the kingdom of heaven. So, you know, it's a beautiful thing, because like I said, man, when you go on these particular sites, TikToks and so forth, you got a lot of these jakes, man. They're not fucking with that. They're not re-enlisting. And women, they don't want to be in the war. They don't want to go to war anyway. They just want to join the military because, for the simple fact, it gives them some type of empowerment. You know, they don't want to join the military to fight for their country. Like when they found out that they may have to go to Ukraine about a year ago, you know, shit, them women were bugging out, man. She was like, I didn't come to the military to fight a war. Well, what the hell did you sign up for? Because that's exactly what you're going to do when you're in the military. You're going to fight the war, man, because that's what they're going to need you to do. All right. So what's the whole point of signing up? You got a duty to serve your country. Okay, and they also have something which is called when you a deserter. Let's say if they come and they want to draft you and you turn that shit down, they can kill you on the spot. And that's lawful because you're looked at as a deserter. So they can gun you down, they can hang you, get your ass to gas chamber, and you just come up missing, man. Okay, because, hey, they feel like, well, you know, you have a social, you're a U.S. citizen, you've enjoyed the benefits and the luxuries of America, then, hey, you can fight this fucking war, man. And Esau know he's not going to win that war. Okay, because in 2nd Ezra 13th chapter it says the Spirit of the Lord put the Spirit on them to fight. Yes, though they were afraid, the Spirit of the Lord put it on them to fight. And they got smoked, man. Okay, because Yahweh Shah is coming back with glory and with the glory of the heavens, man, and with the army of innumerable multitude known as the angels. That's why all these UFOs, all these chariots, all these what you call intergalactic beings are being shown up around the planet Earth, because they know. Okay, and Esau got him on footage, he got him on camera, you know, and he got some type of concocted video that he faked like he shot down the chariot, but it was like you could tell he pasted and cut and pasted and did some other shit. Because 1 minute show you shooting at something, all of a sudden it's flying out the air. Get the fuck out of here, man. Okay, because you know Esau, he has his technology too. Esau has his so-called fleet of the heavens that he tried to mimic on the left-hand side. But overall, we know that's not going to work, okay? Because the Lord, he's superior. All right, read here. Joel 3, and I'm going to start at verses 9. It says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. It says, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, okay? Who are the mighty men? The many mighty men are the men of war. The Russians, okay? Well, I can't say America because they're not mighty men. Scriptures say they have forborne a fight. They become as women and they retreated to their homes. It told you that the king of Babylon saw that his country, or that Babylon was taken on one end, and they retreated to their homes because they're going to get totally destroyed, you know, because they're not mentally or physically equipped to battle out with Russians. And if you see the type of military drill that these North Koreans are doing, I mean, they're literally doing drills in the wintertime, man, you know, in snow, 10 feet of water, I mean, in ice, they're jumping in fucking pools naked. So the average American, he can't tolerate the cold for a couple of hours, man. So it's a done deal. You know, we can't wait because, you know, we waiting on the new bodies. We waiting on the kingdom of heaven. We waiting to put the nations in subjection. Ready to have our women in order, our children in order. Ready to eat real food. You know, we're ready to stop suffering from health infirmities, etc. You know, we're just ready for the kingdom of heaven all together. Okay, because this society, man, this ain't for us. You know, you wake up, you have all types of health issues and so forth. You know, dizziness. All types of shit, man. It's just like, what the hell? You know? But anyway, reading on. And it reads, let me go back. And Salaki, I'm driving, man. It's been a minute since I did it in transit, for real. It's been kind of getting my schedule together, man, and just dealing with some infirmities. So I couldn't really drive like that for the last couple of days. I couldn't get behind the wheel. There's something going on with my blood pressure because I think it's like something in my bowels or some shit, man. I think I'm like severely backed up or some shit. I don't know, man. Something I was looking up, but getting it taken care of, Lord's will, you know. But regardless of that, it says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, and let them come up, okay? It says, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears, and let the weak say, I am strong. Okay, so that's the point. North Korea, Saudi Arabia, Iran, these other nations, they're basically flaunting on America. Kim Jong, mentally ill as we call him, hey, he's basically flaunting on Babylon, saying, look, we'll shoot missiles over there. We'll send shit to your crib. What you gonna do about it? No, totally just flexing on Esau, man. And what is Esau gonna do? He can't do shit. Okay, but Revelation 11:14, and it reads here, and it says, and the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe coming quickly. Third woe represents the world wars. Okay, World War I, World War II, World War III. Those are the particular woes that the Bible talks about. You know, if you may have any understanding on that. One last precept, and I'm gonna shut it down, brothers, man. I'm getting ready to head off this place. It's getting a little crowded too, so I want to be circumspect. But Second Esdras 13:9, it says, and lo, after this, behold, they which were gathered together. This is talking about the armies of the world. Okay, it says they which were gathered together. Okay, which is the military. It says gathered together to subdue him were so afraid, yet does fought. And they were afraid because they saw the ship he came back and the power he came in, and they wasn't really anticipating on Yahushua to really make a return. Now Esau knows this, but you have a lot of nations that don't believe in the concept of a God or a sky god or the God of the Bible. They scoff at that. But Esau Edom, he knows that this third world war is going to bring back the return of who they call Christ, which is Yahushua, you know, sooner than later. And we're living in the times. And it reads, and it says here, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth, as had been a blast of fire, out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. And they were all that were mixed together, a blast of fire, flaming breath, and it says flaming breath, and a great tempest fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burnt them all up. That's right, they all got burnt up because those energy beams, those blasts. Okay, so Esau, you mean to tell me that he shot down a chariot? If he shot down a chariot, trust me, he would have shown better footage than that to leave people without a doubt. But you see, when he showed it, or whatever he did show, you could pretty much tell that it wasn't a real thing. It was like some screenshot of shit, or some Photoshop type shit, you know? But that's what this devil do. All right. Last precept. And it says, and they were all mixed. No, and it says, and everyone that sudden of an innumerable multitude, nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and the smell of smoke. And when I saw that, I was so afraid. So a man of the Lord was afraid. So how much more a fucking devil? How much more this military? How much more the nations of the world? After they get a whiff of what Yahushua is getting ready to do to these heathens, man. So you can't compare the two. All right. So anyway, brothers, with that, like I said, man, I've been suffering from little health issues. It really started in my foot, for real. I think it's like a pinched nerve or some shit. So it kind of fucks with my blood rate, you know, from time to time. But it's getting better. You know, I've been treating it whatsoever, so it's looking a little better. But you know, through the spirit, we got to get out of these bodies, man. No matter how healthy your ass is, you're still under the curses. So I'm gonna end it there. All praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. And with that, Shalom and a Baba Shalom.